NC-17, banned in several countries. Today we're watching a Serbian film. And just a little fun fact, I have actually posted an all kills video quite a while back on the channel. That inspired someone else to start their own kill counting stuff, which I thought was really cool. Man, Milo's mauling them titties. You don't see his weird pee-pee, dude.
Baby, I'm gonna fuck you up.
Oh my god, it's in English. Little Timmy, why are you watching this? Wait, it's not English? Milo was just dirty talking in English. Martha called me and wanted to see me today. Yo, remember my old life as a porn star? Well, you know, this chick called me up and I wanted to reminisce. We don't question what Dad was doing there. Just playing with a girl. It's like cartoons for grown-ups. Oh my god, they have a collection of Milo's pornos. This is odd. What's with the music and shit? It's like, yo, don't mean to do this to you, but I really need the money for this kid who's definitely not yours, and I'm not your wife. This music's kind of like sad, depressing, ominous shit.
Super, upisujemo Petra sljedeće godine u prvi razred.
Apparently super translates to that's fine. Know that friend of yours that you were beating in the video? I felt something strange. No, you didn't. You're like 5. That's weird. You're 5? No, you didn't. A wheel where? Down there, near my willy. Movie? As someone who was born a male, as someone who is a male, this kid is friggin' 5. Hey, Pop-Ups, I know I'm barely old enough to shit on my own, but man, that video of you banging that girl. Whoa. That's so weird. Okay. Well, little Timmy, I guess you can keep talking, but holy shit. Do they live in me? They do, huh? It's in all of us. We all have them. Wow, that's weird. Well, what do you know, Maria? Our infant was interested in old videos. I know he's not actually an infant or 5, but that kid looks way too young to even know what the word puberty is. What are you saying? Man, you and your wife have an interesting relationship that you're just like casually watching your old porn together. Well, that's quite graphic. I like how for young Milo they just shaved him. What's with the glasses? How come you've never done that? Like, damn. Well, real life isn't porn. Well, I just f***ed him. Yeah, this treats them like bang objects. Oh my god. Okay, fine then. Porn mode. This feels more like an assault. Kiss of wretched women with the same lips you'd kiss your kid. Don't need to bring up Milo Jr. He's gonna have a very close relationship with his son by the end of this. Oh, that would hurt though. Her teeth are sunk in there. That's strange. I don't think he needed to imagine his little boy cheering him on to assault a woman. In the solo video I talked about how, like, oh yeah, this movie does a good job at telling like an effed up depressing story. That's from the perspective of someone who only skimmed it. This just, it seems very much more odd in a bad way. Neo Smiles. New, oh wow. Newborn! Ah! This is some old-fashioned donkey porn. And this is that scene. This is the one that if you look up this movie on IMDb, it should have some pretty weird tags. And this is why. He's going to be forced to assault 2 unknown individuals. They're hidden underneath these tarps or blankets, whatever. Bags on their heads. The people in this situation are his wife and son. Are you gonna recognize your wife's body? Oh no, this body is smaller than that one. Oh, he's struggling. Oh no, Milo, no, that's your son. Pulls this bag off. Bag off. Oh my, okay, I need to keep that. Obviously, he's gonna pause. We don't need these sounds. Obviously, it's fake. But there is stuff on the boy's face. Oh my god. I get you can call anything art, but this is just not in good taste. There are some things that, I mean, okay, nothing should be off limits to a degree when it comes to storytelling, but some things should be kept off limits when it comes to visualizing. You can imply, you can hint at, you can refer to something without showing it. You don't need to show us that. You could have revealed the fact that the person was previously assaulted in a whole other way. You don't need to do it like that. That is... And I'm laughing, not because it's funny, but because of the discomfort in that visual, because you know what it's supposed to be. But there's only like 10 minutes, so we'll finish this.
Prava, srećna, srpska porodica.
Why isn't her face also covered? That's the key question. It's like, why must we have these types of scenes with his son? How about the wife? She seems like a nice wife. She seems like a decent character. Like, you don't want to see harm come to either of them. Obviously, one of them is a boy. You don't want to see harm come to them. But if this type of harm has to come to one of them, I think we can all agree that we'd rather it be the wife. You don't need to put white paint on the boy's face. That's what it looks like, by the way. It looks like they literally painted, like actual paint, over his mouth. You don't need to do that. You could do it to her, but you didn't. That's weird. That's really weird. I can show that. I'll pause it here because the music and audio stuff, I don't know how it's gonna sound. But this is a cool fight scene. I like this type of like feral shit. Like when people are just like covered in blood, just attacking people viciously. Like the way the wife just beat that dude's face in with that bust. I think scenes like that are cool. There's just something fun about a character that's just in 100% survival mode. Obviously, the stuff that built up to that point usually isn't fun. As you've seen for her, she was assaulted and had to see her son get assaulted. But the type of like survival mode fights, I think survival mode fights are pretty cool. Just thought I'd say that. So we'll continue, and I know how the movie ends. You'll see what happens. I think we can all understand it. I liked survival mode fights like the mom's. She's just covered in blood, butt-ass naked, bashing a dude's skull in with a bust. That's kind of cool. Milo, this ruined it. I forgot this happens. Milo killing a man by ramming his pee-pee through their skull. That's not cool. If he had have like just lurched down, like bit a chunk out of their face, like ripped their nose off, their eye, tore out their throat like the wife did, that could have been cool. But he instead committed a sex crime. Well, a sex crime and just general worldwide crime. Murder. Totally fine in this situation. Not fine, but justified, whatever. Oh yeah, let Ma get a cool finisher. Kill Milo, it's okay. You're not going to, but you can if you want. Just get away. Couldn't have done your son a favor and just wiped off his mouth. You can't live like he is. Which is understandable. I don't think that you're thrown into that type of world that involves murder and assaulting. Especially assaulting the people he was assaulting. Even his family. I don't think you do that and you're fine afterwards. And this is the scene when I say like, yeah, you know, it does a great job. I'll pause it. But I'm like, it does a great job at being an effed up, depressing story. This ending right here with like this crisis and shit, like he can't live the way he is. And it's just like not able to move on. The mother is obviously destroyed. The son obviously just dead inside. And then it's like, yeah, you know what? We're just going to not do this. I will take myself and my family out. I think that is what they do a good job with. The ending being as messed up and depressing as it is. Everything before that? Man, we better really hope you get his head, though.
Ajde.
Oh my god.
Kreni od malog.
Dude said start with the little one. Showing that film crew at the very end, that ruined the ending. That ruined it. Should have ended on the gunshot, and then just cut to black. That was good. Then you continued. Other than the ending scene, and again, going to the fight scene, I really like the brutal survivalist type of nature to that fight. But like, everything else was just bad. I'll say bad. It wasn't bad in a Solo way. Solo was just complete shit, which is fitting because it's a shit movie about shit. Serbian film is bad because it's just generally boring and uninteresting, and it crosses the line when it comes to the stuff it does involving its young actor. That was not nice. And just before anyone wants to be like, well, you see, that shows they did a great job because it made you uncomfortable and sickened or whatever. No, that does not mean they did a great job because, oh, look, you got this reaction that everyone should have. No, I don't think it takes balls. I don't think it takes guts. I don't think it takes anything to do a scene like that, besides someone who's just stupid. I won't say sick in the head, I'll say stupid, because I feel like they wanted to drive home the trauma and the impact and the severity of the situation, but going that extra step, I feel like that crossed the line and ruined it completely. So to that, I say the director, or whoever's choice it was ultimately to do this, were stupid. But enough of my shitting on a Serbian film. My reactions to movies will mostly be fun horror films, or films I've never seen before, whatever. And a Serbian film and Solo will be the only two that I've ever done with the sole purpose of just wanting to have those videos as videos that exist.